We've always been a Lincolnshire family. Lovely area to raise kids in. Very rural, very quiet, very peaceful. Quite old-fashioned in a lot of ways. It's fields, it's farming. The nearest motorway is God knows how far away. So I voted Leave in the referendum in 2016. I voted Leave because with regards to immigration in this area, in some parts of this area up to a sixth of the population are immigrants from the European Union. I have nothing against immigration. I think it's freedom movement's an excellent thing, but it wasn't catered for locally. To be honest, my vote in Leave I didn't think would lead to a Brexit at all. The way I viewed the referendum was, even if Leave won, that would be a case of, here we are, Britain says we're not happy in the EU, and that would then be to the EU, what are you going to do about it? That's what I thought at the time. I don't, as I say, regret that me at the time making that decision. Looking back now, I'd say that was a bit naive. And I was quite surprised to start with that Leave won, but for the first few months I wasn't unhappy with the result. So I kind of thought all the problems that we're facing trying to implement Leave were coming from the EU side. But then, gradually over time, you realise that the EU couldn't do anything else. That's how they're set up. The problems we're having was our expectation that we could get what we wanted just by clicking our fingers. We got the result, and then as soon as they could, it was trigger Article 50 with no plan in sight. Jumped off a bridge with the expectation of sorting it out on the way down, and then moaning because they're not providing us a safety net. The EU does a lot behind the scenes. You don't realise just how much it does do until we've now found out which bits we're not having anymore. Freedom of movement, I think is a wonderful thing. I think it's great to be able to go to all these different countries, live and work with zero red tape whatsoever. I mean, I don't want my children to be limited. I've had opportunity, but my children, they've got their whole life ahead of them. I don't want to say to them, you can only work in England or in the UK because we decided that you didn't deserve the right for freedom of movement. It just doesn't make sense. The biggest worry for me is my parents, because they actually live in Bulgaria. I want to be able to look after them, see them, take care of them if needs be. At the moment, I can hop on a plane, rent a car, get there. If we ended up with a hard Brexit, it just wouldn't be easy. The biggest thing that's going to happen in this area is there's going to be a worker shortage straight away on the land. There's not going to be enough people. We've always relied on migrant workers around here, and it needs to go back up to previous levels straight away. And as the country continues to grow, we need, if anything, more immigration, but we need the services to go with that. I would like Article 50 to be revoked, just to stop everything that's happened so far, go back to how things were, and then look at addressing the issues that caused the referendum to happen and caused the Leave vote in the first place. So I honestly don't believe the Leave vote was driven by a desire to leave.